how to express your anger to a man in a way that he can see you, hear you, feel you, and want to give to you, want to care for you, want to make you feel good. Yes, believe it or not, it is doable. You can feel angry and you can share your anger with men this way all day long without pushing him away. It is absolutely possible and it's even easy. But first, let's talk about 3 ways that do not work that most women try instead. Number 1 may surprise you. Not sharing it at all. It doesn't work. We talk about women's intuition all the time, but men are intuitive too. In fact, they're really fast decision makers on a gut level. They're not as expressive verbally as we are in terms of how they express their intuition, but they just feel stuff and they turn away from what they don't like. They move toward what feels good, and they move away from what doesn't feel good. When a woman's insides don't match her outsides, that turns a man off. It makes a man uncomfortable. It makes him not feel safe with you, believe it or not. So if you're angry, you're not sharing it in feminine energy, he feels it on some deep level, turns him off. He actually loses respect for you when you don't share these feelings. I'm not just talking about anger, but also fear and anxiety and grief and disappointment, all the feelings that we traditionally think are better to hide. Men can feel that there's something, he may not know what it is, but he can feel that there's something that you're not sharing with him. It makes him feel unsafe. He doesn't trust you because he senses it. And number 2, it makes him feel like he can't feel those things, that it's not okay for him. In a relationship with a man, we want the man to lead in most ways, but this is a way that women lead. This is a way that you lead. You show him that it's okay to feel, not by explaining it, not by therapizing about it, but by doing it yourself all day long. A lot of women fall into this trap. They've been taught that men don't want to hear our anger, they don't want to see it, they don't want to feel it. The bottom line is if it's there, it's there. Your disappointment, your frustration. And honestly, it's probably coming out in other ways as well. For example, you're probably being critical. You're probably giving little hints. You're probably shutting down. You're probably pouting. There are probably things you're doing if you're angry other than expressing it the way that we need to express it that he is not liking anyways. The number 2 way that does not work with a man is blame. Directing your anger at him as blame. So this is another popular option for most women, including me, by the way. I am so famous for this one, so you are not alone if you're a blamer. Think of anger as energy, like a big ball of fire. You can either exude it like up and out, you can stuff it down, a big ball of fire in your stomach that could literally make you sick, or you could take it in your hand and just throw it right at him. So number 2, blaming is like taking a ball of fire and throwing it in his face. Do you think a man's gonna like that? Does that feel like feminine energy? No, it's not. So no man likes that. And if you're doing that in little ways, like little balls of fire, or you're doing one big ball of fire at once, either way, it turns him off, repulses him, and pushes him away. The number 3 way that absolutely, positively does not work is passive aggression. I hear women complain a lot that men are passive aggressive, and they are well known for this. But when we're passive aggressive, he does not like that either. It doesn't feel good. Now, granted, some men may respond to passive aggression for a while and be manipulated by it, by trying to please you and win you over and win you back because it's the early stage and you're hot and he just is enamored with you. He's at the early stage of the marriage falling apart, and he doesn't want family to fall apart, so he's trying to bend over backwards to please you. Sometimes men do that for a while, but eventually they just leave. They just don't want to deal. So let's talk about the one way in feminine energy that absolutely works to express your anger. Coming back to the ball of fire. So like I said earlier, you can either stuff that ball of fire down into your belly and make yourself sick. You can take that ball of fire and throw it right at his face. I'm a Christian, so I don't usually think of the goddess energy, but for some reason, when I think of this rageful goddess, it just works for this one thing. So I think of this rageful goddess. Her rageful ball of fire is just emanating up and outward everywhere. So that's the imagery I want you to have. You're just beautiful, fiery goddess. Your anger energy, fiery everywhere, in his presence, publicly, unapologetically, using words that he can hear that are not directing it at him. Hear the words that you need. What he needs to hear from you is very simple. I feel angry. That's it. You're owning it. I feel angry. A man can hear that. He can feel that. Now lean back as you say it. I feel so angry right now. Just furious. I'm feeling so furious. I'm feeling rageful. I can't even contain it. I feel so furious, so rageful. I can't even stand it. It hurts. Now that a man can hear. And what's he gonna say to you? Why? He's gonna get worried, especially if you've been doing numbers 1, 2, and 3. What did I do? I screwed up. The best thing you can say next, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now. If you say, I don't know, you lean into it, you're gonna start to feel the feelings underneath that you've been stuffing, that you didn't want to share vulnerably with him, that you've been hiding from, avoiding. Maybe you're angry because he just texts you and he never calls you. Maybe you're angry because he won't propose. Maybe you're just angry because he never takes out the trash. It doesn't matter why. Start to feel it, start to share it, and he will get curious. He will ask you more questions. You've made yourself a safe woman for him to be around. You've made his own anger feel safer to him. Men are so ashamed of their own anger. They're feeling it all the time, stuffing it all the time. They don't want to go to jail. When you can feel your anger fully, furious anger in an emanating outward and upward and around you way without throwing a fireball in his face, it's actually beautiful. A man wants to love you. A man wants to care for you when you're able to do that. So I want you to give that a try. This can be hard if you've never done it before. If you're so used to swallowing fireballs or throwing them in his face, this may be hard. If this is hard for you, this is a specialty of mine because I spent my whole life angry. I know how to do this. So book a free call and I would love to help you with this. Follow me for more, subscribe. Thank you for watching.